Willkommen, bienvenue, and welcome back to I Forgot to Disable the Chuck, live with light. How's it going, Mac? So yeah, I once again totally forgot to disable the chuck, and so some of the leaves got destroyed. And so we have to set this back up again. Well, this is not the first time we've had to do this, so we're getting pretty good at resetting it. So we just gotta make sure it's just leaves. $114 of them? Yeah, turns out you really should be building this underground. I mean, we got a lot of leaves, but still. Okay, structure found. We're good to go. Okay, so back to what we were doing. So we're making this red shard. So we need 3 Seth God shards, a megaton of pellets, quite a bit of blaze honeycomb, and a little bit of something something. Yeah, so like I don't know if we want to do glass sky. I think, hear me out, there's a mod that lets you design like architectural shapes. I want to see if it can handle something that big and just make a big old house for it. Okay, so I think a problem here is that this guy doesn't know where he's supposed to go. Okay, so we just need a ridiculous amount of HDPE, a little bit of Seth. The ultimate universal cable shouldn't be a problem. Now, hopefully that doesn't mean we're short on the atomic alloy now. We're not. Brilliant. So we just need to go check on our HDPE levels. Okay, so we made some, but not nearly enough. Okay, so so now it's being limited by this. Yeah. Okay, while that's running, let's check on this. Okay, so I don't think this was running. Yeah, so let's go get some more Nebu. Get that running while we're doing the other things. One, two, and a three, and a four. There we go. 3 Amadron survey tools. In there. Place the order. Put that away. Put this away. That away. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was a good Nebu haul in that first one. Wait, none? Wow. Got the variants going today.
how's it going?
It's going all right.
Good, good.
Forgot to turn off the chuck, so the tree took 114 points of damage.
Is that 114 points of leaf?
Yep. So it goes. But got it fixed. Right as rain. Now we're making more Nebu to get more God Shards because we're 3 Seth short.
Oh, okay.
And while we're waiting on the Seth, we can make some HDPE because we're still about 1,000 short on that.
3 sets short. I thought you said 3 sets short. I'm like, interesting. I wonder what constitutes a set, but no, just 3 sets. Okay. 3
Yeah,
Seth,
Seth.
or 3 stack of Seth?
Just 3 Seth.
Wow, that's...
It's not going to be a problem. But then again, given how many things there are in the gacha, it might be a problem.
Yeah, it makes me glad I never really got into those gacha games, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not the target audience, as I do not sit dragon-like upon a hoard of wealth, ready to toss it at the first I don't know, anime girl that walks by. But yeah, there's something there. Well, looks like I need to. An orb.
Orb.
So I only want to watch my screen be nauseous for so long.
Fair.
Stop it. Alright, so clearly I need to go fix that first.
Clearly.
And I was God sharding for some reason. I mean, essentially because I needed God shards.
Clearly, but to what end? Was it for the spirited crystal?
Ooh, that feels like it might be right. Alright, now it's...
Okay, so 1,000 divided by 64. Less than 20, so probably 2 rows of HDPE. $15.5. So 9, 15.5. So yeah, not quite 2 rows.
Coal honey and diamond honey.
Finally starting to burn through some of my hydrogen. So what are your plans for when you've got the power figured out?
I think my first plan once I get powered on. Oh yeah, which I'm actually working on. That's right. I was making a reactor because I have a lot of the stuff I need for a reactor now, and I managed to generate enough Osiris God shards that I was able to do the next to highest because the highest is absurd.
Little crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna do that. That's why my uranium B is now going because that's what reactors run off of, right?
Uranium? Kind of. They run off uraninite, yeah.
And from there, move into... Actually, I think I was going to rearrange my manufacturing setup because I cleared out a whole other block down there to make work. Did I actually move my storage? I did. I did move my storage over to here by my dimensional storage doodad.
Ooh, dimensional storage doodad.
It's the best kind of doodad we got. Because now I have a crafting grid there. Wireless crafting grid, yes, yes.
Yeah.
So put a wire on. I'm not quite making enough power currently to run the wireless. I think it's done already. One second.
I'm just sitting here with a bottle full of time, speeding up some plastic. Trying to balance the speeds of the various machines. Soup.
Yeah, I was using your laser and drill setup, that pneumatic thing, and it's painfully slow. So I was, trying to balance out all the different sections of it to keep things moving. It was a task.
And, like, as painfully slow as it is, it's got 9 speed upgrades in it. Nine.
Why have robot minions if you aren't going to make them work for you? You have a robot vacuum, and Heather was playing with styrofoam again, and so there's a little bit everywhere. And so, I could go everywhere and sweep it up and figure out where all the animals attracted to, or I could just say, robot vacuum, why I play Minecraft, clean this up for me. And, I know it'll eventually lead to the end of all things, because the robots will rise up and take over. But for now, I'm feeling pretty good about it.
But will it be the robot vacuums?
Why is my emerald muncher over here? Something scare you away from my market? Oh, I got nothing. I've used up almost half of my industrial foregoing black hole tank of lava in making more god shards. Production. It's a lot of pata.
Pata.
Alright. I'll leave me for now.
Oh. Interesting.
Oh yeah, I bought them from Amadron last time, and now I
Have touched them, apparently.
yes.
Well, we're almost finished the first row.
Oh, right. Rows in the storage container?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go look at our reactor.
Ooh, reactor.
See what I need for it. A lot of spirited crystal. Let's see, I have network cables. I have connectors, controller, casing, and fluid pipe. Between 1 fernator, 2 energy cells, and 3 thermos.
Oh yeah, it's one recipe to make all the blocks, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That is handy. Okay, so we're not even full up on plutonium. Cool. Ooh, 60 buckets of antimatter. Let's go.
Wow, that's a lot.
Because my system was running out of power trying to run it this fast. I'm like, why am I running out of power? Oh, right. I've got the SPS running, making antimatter, such that I can leave my nuclear reactor running.
All the wishing. In which I stuff all my Osiris God shards into your inventory and use them to make more spirited crystal.
Mm.
At a rate of 1 to 2.
Got like a week's worth of time. I got 77 hours. So I've already used like 3 hours.
I got 95. should really set up a menagerie at some point. Actually get a dude going. So I can learn how to do it for next time.
Hmm. Oh, you're running the zapper, so I'm gonna turn off the. I'm gonna turn off the SPS.
Oh.
Because it draws literally all the power that could possibly be drawn. And normally all the power can get through to everything else that's asking for it, but with time in a bottle, it's not so guaranteed.
Oh. Okay. It's almost done, so.
Oh, right, the cables can't pull that fast.
In fact, it's done.
Okay.
Take my 80. Figure one.
What level of cable
Change.
is this? It is purple cable. Oh, we're almost there. I think power upgrades? Like, what are the energy upgrades? That's what they're called.
Okay. Three of you.
So what kind of world would you want to play for the next one?
I don't know. I mean, again, I basically only know like this kind of stuff that we've done. So the world is a new place to me. Whoop.
And just think, after we're done with this plastic, all we gotta do is make a fusion reactor core. Yeah, I added the energy upgrades to the other things to make them more efficient, so we didn't have this power loss phenomenon, but doesn't seem to have helped much. There goes all the power. Okay, so that should be enough. As long as we don't need any for any of the rest of it. Oh, 2 more stacks. A little more than 2 more stacks. Apparently my math was off. Okay, fairly certain we already made the entropic gateway. And we're working on this environmental controller. But I feel like we made all of this as well. Except we didn't. What did we... Did we just leave it in the machine and we're like 1 block short? Okay, and then for this, we need a bunch of ultimate. So... we got a bit of atomic alloy, but we're probably going to have to make more. And I don't know if I should try to make the whole set of shards all at once. We should probably break it down into each of the subcomponents, so let's... energize. So we should probably do each component and then make it. And just use the main autocraft to make sure that we've got all the things. Oh, we need to be able to pipe these two over. It's an oddly specific number. Go. We're almost at the 2-stack mark. We need 2 stacks and change. And then we'll figure out what's going on. Okay, 3 Seth, 1 fusion reactor controller. We'll leave this running. It'll do what it can. In the meantime, we got a bit of Seth. Nice.
That was my honey bun letting me know she'd be home a little bit later, so.
Okay.
Let's see. Now to review once more. Oh,
Okay,
shoot. I still need
shoot.
6 blocks of Spirited Crystal.
Raw shard.
Awesome. I think I actually have that.
There's that, and then Newt. Okay. And then we drop Seth into the system. We'll go check on the fusion reactor controller thingy. More importantly, the environmental controller. It is mostly here, but missing a few things. What is it missing? It's missing a Supreme machine frame. Couple of dielectric. Wait, no. Definitely the Tesla coils. Ultimate control circuits. Supreme machine frame. Okay.
Premier machine frame for our time.
Tesla coils in the corners, ultimates in the other, Supreme machine frame in the middle.
All right.
Chugga, chugga, chugga. Lobster.
Was it Xevius's? Yes.
Okay, environmental controller completed. Now to grab my Morphin tool and reshape this back into this monstrosity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's the full height, extra width.
I do not have extra foliage. God damn it. Add to the list.
Okay. So we got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And I need 2 more. Hey, look, they're in my system. Who'da thunk it? Bring those in. Everything else is good. So I've got everything but the ultimate control circuit and the ultimate container thingies. So we do the control circuit. We do chem tanks. Let's double check that it's 4 ultimate chem tanks. It is. Ultimately advanced and regular. Okay, let's get some alloy going. While that's running, let's grab our 12 reactor glass.
Okay, let's review. It's pretty crystal at the top and the bottom.
Next up, network cables. And then advanced connectors. Fusion reactor frames. That's when we need the tanks, tablet, and the environmental controller. Control circuits. Okay. Let's get to making these chem tanks. 1, a 2, a 3. A 1, a 2, a 3. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the tanks.
Okay. Controller goes there. Heat pipe goes there. It's green, green, green. Red, red. Nope, not spellbook. Red, red. Blue, blue, blue. Hey, it's going.
Oh, wait, we don't need 4 of these. We need 1 of these. Let's go. One fusion reactor controller acquired. Now, let's see how much more atomic alloy we need. After that fandango. 2! Only 2! That's phenomenal. Wait, let's turn that off. Okay. Over here. Go. Atomic alloy finished. Okay, and then all we need to do is provide several buckets of liquid tritium and deuterium. The problem with this whole plan, though, is that we can't use this crafter to send those to. And I don't want to try to redo the recipe. So we're just going to do everything by hand. Well, semi-auto. So what we're going to do is we're going to check this. We're going to go through each one and make sure we have as many as we need. So we'll go through the list. And once we get to these two, we'll just grab some tanks, pump them in. So 36 fusion reactor frames. None of these should kick back that they need anything because they are part of the overall crafting thingy. We should be able to do all of these in parallel as well, so we're gonna. 5 fusion reactor ports.
4 calling birds, 3 French hens, and... Oh, sorry.
Let's double check that number. 5. 24 reactor glass.
Hello, gentlemen. I'll be honest with you, I almost didn't sign on today.
Okay.
Been having a bad spoon day, if you will.
Ah, yes.
Or as the kids say these days, it was a no-bones day.
Yeah, I don't know any kids that young. Or old. I'm not sure which.
And unfortunately, Mrs. Frog's out of town, so it's just me and the cats. It's kind of like,
Ah, yes. Easy to lose motivation.
So I watched a little extra Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because that is my go-to show.
Well, it's good to have a go-to show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, I'm in. Holy moly. I keep forgetting. I have real internet. I'm not going to stream either, so if y'all were looking forward to my stream today, sorry.
292 for the condenser.
Apparently I'm making a warp gate.
Structural glass.
These. One of those.
597.
I should do. Oh god. Okay. All right. Yep.
Turbine casing. Got 1. 416.
Oh my god. Okay. Why aren't these netherracks stacking? Oh, because that's... Oh. Okay. Gotta put that.
Two
Oh.
turbine valves. 5, 8.
It has to be empty for that?
5, 8,
Yes, it
3.
does. Wait, is that diagonal now because it was diagonal when I put it in?
I have 2 induction casings. I need 62 more. 2 induction ports. One ultimate induction provider, which for some reason is missing other stone. Oh, I made the energy upgrades. Come here, Marmamer.
You know, I suppose I could have your stream up. follow the chat. It is a frog. You are correct. Well spotted. You know, I wasn't paying attention yesterday. Where am I on your stream when you have me on? Is it just under George?
Yeah, I
Pretty
swapped
sure.
the two of you since
Nice.
you didn't have your stream for so long.
Yeah. It was a dark time. What blocks can I use to represent the overworld that is not grass?
Wood, stone brick,
Oh, wood is good. No, no, no. Wood is real good.
paths.
Oh, now I want that diagonal. Oh, oh. Yeah, because it looks like the warp. Oh, now I want to change all the other. Oh no.
Oh no!
Cause like that would be so good though. Because right now for like the Undergarden and the tomb and that I just have like random blocks from their world, so it's like their world is spilling out. But then I remembered that in was it a tombs? Okay, we're gonna start wasting levels now. No, it wasn't in a tomb that I did this. A tomb is very. Oh, I didn't mean to break that. Get in there. A tomb is very minimalistic. I don't know if I'm going to make this one actually have my full thing because it occurs to me this is directly next to a whole bunch of stuff. I like just shoved it in the corner. It's not the Nether hub. It's not the Overworld hub. It must be in the Undergarden hub. Yeah, I used this. I used that, which means now I want to do this for each one, and like I want that to look like the thing. It would look so good.
Hey, my reactor's running. Ka-ching.
But that means
Hey,
it work. Remember how I thought I was done with this?
Mm-hmm.
I've heard a lot of
Told you.
things. Okay. So, I want this to pull redstone and charcoal and uraninite.
No, Sugarstone is slippery.
Put in my backpack.
One short.
No, don't.
How did you get healed from before? Oh, because I held you in my hand. Right. Wait, because I have two of these? Uh-oh. Okay, no, it fixed itself. Yeah. Oh, I hate it. But it looks so good. Okay.
How to do it to all of them.
Alright, so that means I need this and have to figure out which one I use for this. Ugh. I feel like it was just the bricks, but there's more than one type of brick. Oh wait, no, I remember this. There's one that's not shipped.
All right.
Oh right, but I can't start with shipped then, it won't work. Okay, so I need non-shipped netherite. Now it's coming back to me. Yep, it's from masonry. Give me all those. Yeah, that looks like real good. Alright, it's fine. So then I have shipperstone bricks and shipperstone. Let's go to the overworld first.
Okay, gotta go back and just make sure nothing jams for the next 2 hours.
What's gonna take 2 hours?
Well, I don't know how long it's gonna take, but it might take the full time. I'm making the Energistics shards for the energizing or Energistics token thingy.
Mm.
So full power system, essentially. Let's make sure this is good. It's good. Always gotta double check the induction smelter. It's good. That's good. This is running. That's never a good sign. What needs pyrolyzing? Ah. 224 plastic from there. 10,000 tar?
It's a lot of conductors.
What? Why do we need 10,000 tar?
Bad planning.
Yeah. Oh,
Cable match it.
the stupid graphite electrodes that I was going to automate and I didn't. I still wouldn't have made a big enough pile. Needs 320 of them.
It would be a lot easier if I did not care about design aesthetics.
Okay, so
Game.
graphite only really has the one way. And it has to be from the dust. The dust must be squeezed or enriched.
Well, you know what? I want to change that.
Oh, you enrich it, you only need half as many? Oh, yes, please. Okay, so we're canceling those. We're gonna set up the pattern.
Boy, I sure hope it's from this. It's not from the sawmill. Shoot, it's from the other thing. Oh, that's gonna be brutal. Darn it, shipped. Why does your stuff have to look so good?
Okay, graphite dust pattern. New graphite dust pattern. Coal coke dust. Let's go. Where's my enrichment chamber? There it is. Okay, now, is there any Faster way to get coal coke dust. Well, faster way to get coal coke. So you got the coke oven, and you got the pyrolyzer. So the answer is no.
I mean, legally or...
Hey, we wouldn't do anything illegal here. We're cool like that.
I don't have it on this, but here we go.
Oh, wait, did it not give my materials back?
That sounds rude.
Oof.
Wow, way to finally get importing and exporting. I mean, like, talk, but still.
Why would it not give the materials back?
Bad design.
That's really bad design. Like most of them I don't care about. But I care about 14 terasteel and 47 Seth God shards.
That's a lot of God shards.
Where they disappear to?
Like,
Apparently.
I started the recipe, saw that it was going to take 10,000 coal coke. I was like, there's got to be a better way. And so I found a better way. And so I canceled the order. But now I'm short tons of God shards and some terasteel.
Are they in the machine that was going to make that stuff? He asks, having no concept of how this works, by the way, just
like, there's a chance. Like, I'm gonna let it run its course. It's possible they're in the crafter, and the crafter just needs to have its button pressed a bunch of times for it to get to that point in the queue. And so, in the meantime, I'll place an order for 300 graphite rods.
So you have vertical and I need the diagonal, and I should just like make 3 stacks each.
And wait on the rest of it.
I can't turn stripped oak logs back into just planks? How can that be? Oh, okay, I can't. I just can't do it in that thing. Good. Right, don't do that. In you go. Now I gotta try and see which one is which.
That's why I didn't make a second one of these. It's really annoying.
Should be enough.
Oh, I already did 200 of the graphite electrodes, thinking that's a good number. And that's not even enough just for the reactor frames. I thought I had. And I did, but it's nowhere near enough.
Well, no, I really want to redo a tomb.
So, chat, we're not going to be done in time.
What?
The stream is
But
going
I
to
paid
be
so
over
much money.
before we make enough coal coke to make everything we need. We'll be most of the way, I think, but
Just
pretty sure we're gonna
mostly
need
that.
we're gonna need an extra hour for some of this coal coke. So that means we just need to make another pyrolyzer. How do we make these stupid coke bricks? Right. Of course, that's what it
Generally,
is.
I go and find somebody who already has made them and just take theirs.
Yeah. So let's see. How many do we need? Oh, 10, 16, 17
That
minus 1
sounds
is
like
16.
lava.
16. It makes
What are we
3
lavaing?
apiece.
I'm just noticing that me with my super fast mining speed appear to be standing over or next to a bunch of lava.
6 batches.
Sounds fun.
72 coke bricks.
Sounds something.
And then 24 construction paste.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
Perfect. Is something being pulverized? It is, so let's speed up that pulverizer.
Question I probably should have asked before I started doing this. Um, Lava can't set things on fire like through a wall, right? There has to be a line of sight.
Yeah, and I'm not sure whether or not lava can set things on fire on this server.
Oh, okay, perfect.
I mean, you can set like trees on fire and stuff like that. So if you're building with wood on lava, I'm pretty sure you're not gonna have a bad time. But
Yeah, so like direct contact, sure, but if you've got at least a block of space, it should be okay.
Okay.
And through a wall should be totally fine.
Okay.
it's gonna air gap it.
So it doesn't jump, is what we're saying.
That's what we're
More or
alleging,
less,
yes.
yeah.
Okay. Guess I finish this before we move on. Huh? You need to redo the ceiling, so I guess we do that next. What the heck is the skep? Please don't be lava above us.
Only lava beside us. Okay, so we now have the basalt powder.
Lava drips like water, right?
Yeah, when it's one block above, it'll drip
Okay.
through.
Well, then good. There is no lava one block above, so just don't mine too vertically, and we're fine. Is that not all the way to the end? It is not. It's obnoxious. Oh, God. Danger.
Ohana means family.
No, don't! Oh, somebody is coming through. Oh, my God. Wait, no, nobody's coming through. Oh, you know what? I bet. Another freaking piglin.
Probably.
My whole brain was like, how did you just activate a warp gate? Oh, no. Like, I'm so far above it. There's some sort of Y coordinate thing that works. That does not appear to be the case. Okay. I do like the thought of those pigments just going on journeys.
Going on an adventure. Monkey.
Oh, this is too...
How many untold stacks of iron and aluminum are being crushed right now?
No more than my hopes and dreams.
Well, you guys had hopes and dreams?
You guys are getting paid.
Is this jammed? No. No, Mac. This is functioning 100% as intended. It's just each one of those is a stack of ore being crushed. Yeah, and frame rate wise, who knows whether or not that's coming up on Twitch or if those wheels are just sitting there completely immobile.
All right. I need some more smooth nether rack. And then we have to figure out which one it is. That one? Yes, it's that one. Give me more.
Problem is the dry rubber for this fluid cell might never make it. Yeah, Mac, to me it looks like they're just going wiggling slightly back and forth. Mac, this right now shouldn't be a huge lag machine. Let me double check that it's not.
Maybe not say server performance.
Because there was a time when instead of being connected to this barrel, it was connected to the demon system.
As we all know, demons are notoriously slow.
And so when you try to pull from a demon system by a filter, it is not optimized to find the correct items and then remember them. And so every time it goes, okay, I need an ore. And the demon system goes, okay, and looks through everything in its inventory and determines if it's an ore.
Wow, that seems incredibly bad.
Yeah. And so whenever I would turn this thing on, our tick rate would go down to like frame every, second. And so now, since it's just pulling from the barrel, even if it does it that way, it's only a couple of rows of things. And it can handle that. But when it has to go through several thousand items, that's a problem. Yeah, not lazy. Quite the opposite. It was too diligent. It would have worked better if it were lazier. It would have kept better notes. Oh, Extortion Bunny and I started playing the Stardew randomizer on Archipelago.
Oh, yeah.
And it is delightfully weird. Because after a couple of days, they removed the wreckage. I go to the mines, and I have the cutscene with Marlon where he's like, okay, it's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Ugly baby. And so instead of getting a sword with which to defend myself, I got a small child that would sit in an invisible crib in the darkness outside of the walls of my house.
What? What
Because,
is that real purpose? Oh, God
so,
damn it.
normally, you would have a child after getting married and all that. Well, having a child is one of the location checks. And so, in the location that was get the rusty old sword, I found a baby. But my house was not yet ready for a baby, but the game didn't care.
Interesting.
Why is ugly baby even a thing? The people who make randomizers are not super serious. And so I doubt that ugly baby is its canonic item name in the code. But it does have one tooth and a mohawk.
Hilarious.
So I didn't do the door randomizer, but Extortion Bunny did, which revealed something quite problematic and hilarious right off the bat, because she walked outside of her house into the town square because her front door went to the hospital.
Nice.
Which you'd think is really convenient because it's right next to Pierre's.
Hmm.
It closes at 3.
You can't go back in.
So your house closes at 3.
That's funny.
And so you have to ask yourself, well, do I just go home before 3 every day? Because days are cheap in a randomizer. Or do I just not carry around cash? Because they can't take a fee if I have no cash. And so you start to figure out, okay, so what sort of valuable items can I collect that I can sell right as I need to buy something?
Wow. I don't remember how a soul enchanter works. What am I supposed to put in a soul charge?
Soul shards. So where does the entrance to the house go? Willie's shack. So you're on your farm, tending your stuff, and then you just go in and sell them some fish. She still hasn't found the wizard. Consequently, she can't do the community center because she can't read Junimo. And there's a lot of unlocks at the community center.
Is this a silly idea?
I mean, there's difficulty and there's masochism. So
Yeah, we may have turned on too many of the features. But it really gets you playing the game different with that door randomizer. But even with the other ones, it is an interesting change of pace because I was weaponless trying to go through parts of the mines.
And is this guaranteed completable if you are
Yes.
skillful enough?
Yeah, and it's even got an option for whether you want it to be you can get to everything you need or you can get to everything. And I think I chose you can get to everything you need, and she chose you can get to everything. Okay, my
Alright.
computer went into some sort of power saving mode. Everything started slowing down a bit.
I need lava. What is a good source of quick sheep lava?
I've got 2 million buckets.
Okay, where would that be?
So in my system,
Oh, it's in your system. To the pyramid.
yeah. So the left blue screen.
Yeah, it's the liquid thing. I basically, I guess I need to know where am I going, which it turns out is the pyramid.
Yeah.
Is that not right? That is not right. That's up. Okay, is this down? Nope, is this down? Found it. I always get confused because of the
multiple elevator tracks.
no, because I learned your base from the warp stone, but I almost never use it now. I only use the warp plate.
Mm-hmm.
Did I just break something completely?
Don't know.
Where'd your lava go? Oh, there it is. It's back. No, it's fine. I just clicked it and it disappeared for some reason.
Yeah, weird thing is weird sometimes.
How do I... There's got to be a way that I can fill a tank through this, right?
I don't think so.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Give me a
Like,
bucket.
tanks go in, but I don't think tanks come back out.
Should I worry that things are killing themselves over here, or is that by design?
There are places where things die. Oh, yeah, if it's dudes going, ugh, they're up top on traps.
How do I use buckets to get the lava out? Do I just click it?
Yeah.
Ah, got it. I don't.
Yeah,
click
like
the
not
bucket,
holding the bucket. Just click the lava.
This isn't gonna be annoying at all.
Yeah, I typically clear enough inventory space that I can get like 16 buckets. And then the tanks are easier to fill if you just put the
Oh, I forgot about
buckets
that.
into the interface.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Goes a whole lot faster.
I just broke it again. One. Can I just like shift click? I can. Open the interface. Don't hold the bucket.
Trying to think if we'd had any other interesting adventures. Oh, I've already got my return scepter. She's got the key to the city.
What is growling at me? Apparently that's a dweller grumbling.
Oh.
All right.
Over on the other side.
Oh, no, you know what? It might be the wild.
Mm-hmm.
Running out of levels. How are you still there? Well, now you're dead.
Yeah, so very backed up. Let's come in here and make sure. Okay, yeah, so Nebu's still Nebuing.
All right, so I see the graphic of the lava spewing fireballs out, but it's not going to set things on fire, is what you're telling me.
It shouldn't. I make no guarantees because this game is weird.
Well, we'll find out, because at some point there might be a sign on fire.
Ooh, grand conflagration. I don't think signs can catch on fire, period.
Oh, perfect.
I'm gonna test that.
I have noticed that because of my raw walking, it makes it look real weird, but when it melts out, it's okay. I just tried to control S this. Funny. I don't want to put lava behind glass behind this wall to really make it a true hellscape representation of George's place.
It's up to you.
I have no more lava wood. How do we make lava? Pour lava over wood. Fair.
Just like it says on the tin.
Not sure what I expected.
All right, so we could steal some, or we could just put lava in this thing. I need 16. I don't have 16 buckets of... Oh, I do, barely. All right. Wait, these are the fancy ones. Don't burn the fancy ones.
So instead of watching that, we should probably watch this.
What are you doing with those tanks, George?
Oh, I'm just emptying them out into my storage system.
Ah.
Got the space now, so might as well clean up a bit.
Did I do this wrong? That only took 2 buckets? 2 buckets and 6? Wait a minute. Oh, man. Boy, did I miscalculate.
Who's holding up the dry rubber production? Is it just a problem with the machine? Might just be a problem with the machine. Let's go check that. Oh. No holdup. It's just going. Nice. Okay, so now we're just waiting on the metal, which is in the queue. Yeah, I don't have the permissions to check that mech. Frog, you could check gamer will do fire tick to see whether or not fire spreads properly.
How do I do that?
In
What
the chat /
Get outta
gamer
here.
will do fire tick.
Stupid pig. I'm sorry. All right, so I'm doing what? I was being attacked.
I think in the chat you can do / gamer will do fire tick. I think it should tell you whether it's true or false, and I think you might be able to set it as well.
Oh my god, it's case sensitive.
Yeah, big FBT, big T. False means it doesn't.
Set to true.
Okay, so it does spread. So we would need to know the rules for lava spreading fire, but I'm fairly certain it's just keep them apart. Because people make fireplaces, and their houses don't burn down.
Done. Now it does not spread. No more spreading fire. This is what happens when you let Frog have the keys to the house.
It is Frog's house.
That is fair. I just paid the renewal for it too. I did not remember how much it was costing me until I paid for it. I was like, oh yeah. To be fair, it's not an exorbitant amount of money, but it's over $100. So it's like, oh. I think it ends up being like, well, it's like $10 or $12 a month. So.
I used to be able to get Netflix for that.
Oh, they're raising the prices again. To
Are
what?
they?
I don't know. Yeah, that's what I read.
Read where? Breitbart?
No, in the real world somewhere.
There's a torch there. My God, how primitive.
How quaint.
Breitbart. Does Breitbart even exist anymore?
Yes. Yes, it does.
That makes me a little bit sad. Not surprised. Just sad.
That's right, folks. We're just going to sit here and stare at ore being processed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we lost the rights to paint, so gotta do something.
Grass doesn't grow here in the desert.
It does, just very sparsely.
And sharply.
So if we end up doing something on Archipelago, the first round of almost any game is going to be, is that a check? Except for Link to the Past. Link to the
I was
Past.
going to say, unless somebody's playing this Link to the Past.
That reminds me, I was going to take a look at the games on there and see what looked good to me, but I forgot.
I would love to do Hollow Knight, but I don't think I know it well enough. Like, I would have to turn off a lot of those features.
Like when you die, everyone dies?
Well, that one's going to be turned off regardless. But, like, even just the grubs. I don't know where to find all the grubs. Not anymore, at least.
Yeah, honestly, that's why I can't do SMZ3 because I don't know where the hell all those like energy packs in Metroid are.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot.
I could probably look them up, but like looking stuff up in Hollow Knight is not nearly as easy as looking stuff up in Stardew. Where it's like, what fish are in winter? Oh, right, sturgeon.
I don't even know what this room is named.
Did I not use Duolingo this morning? Oh my god. I'm going crazy. I swear I did. Looks like I might be dropping to Obsidian League, baby. Just got my late night notification.
Yeah, my wife gets jump scared every time she goes through a new door. She's expecting what you would normally get behind that door. And then you're just like, wait, what even is this room? What is that giant frog?
Hey, I'm working on it, okay? But weight loss is hard.
Hmm? Particularly when you're a gourmand frog.
Frogormon.
I played that this weekend, and I was that being Rogue Legacy. I played Rogue Legacy this weekend, and I'm trying to think because I saw something that I'd never seen before, but now I don't remember what it was.
Hmm.
It did not help me with Jonah.
Yeah, probably not. I would
That's
totally
the
do
roof.
the Super Mario World rando. That would be fun and terrible.
I could try my hand at that one.
I don't know, SMW is not that bad.
Yeah, until you can't jump. Well, you can always jump, but when you can't spin jump, can't get a cape, you gotta walk.
Shoot, I did something dumb. Is
I'm
the
not
sound
certain I
of
know where all the
lava
secret exits are anymore.
actual lava or the lava I
Actual
placed in George's place?
Secret lava.
Making too much netherrack.
Are you figuring out the bowels of my automation?
Yeah, I'm staring at it to try and make it make sense. Don't mind me.
So yeah, crafters point into the thing that does the processing.
Oh my god, can we stop picking up extra? Ugh. Ugh.
And so behind all those machines are the importers that pull the
Yeah!
finished product out.
Let me get to there. Let me get to put the block in. Ugh.
Oh, yeah, it's very difficult to navigate now that I'm small. I have not accommodated normal height people.
Boy, am I glad I used packed ice and not ice, because I would have just melted this whole thing.
Mm.
Can we not go too deep, please? Please, total human destroyed.
I will be right back.
Okay, is the importer on the back? That's powering it.
Where's the thing? Oh, it's in my inventory.
Okay, I have returned. Hopefully, nothing has exploded. Come on!
Not yet. So what is is there an exporter out on the bottom of these pulling the results out, and that's what's going on?
Importer.
And I know there's an importer in the back here, but so what
So
takes the results out?
importers go into the storage system.
Oh, right.
And so the crafter sends the recipe into the machine. The machine processes it, kicks it out into the importer, into the system. And so you'll note that all these importers are unfiltered. Anything that is set to come out that side. Yeah, there's
some lava over there.
There's lava over there.
Okay, good to know.
I've got a stone generator over there.
Okay.
Yeah, so the importers are unfiltered. They will pull any product from the machine into the system.
Okay, so, but then how is the stuff pulled from the system into these guys to be processed?
So the crafter has patterns in it.
Mm-hmm.
Those patterns tell it what the machine can do.
Oh, okay. So because all these crafters are touching each other, they act together as like item transfer, basically.
So they are pointing into the machine that does the processing. So you notice they're all facing down. Well, some of the ones over here are pointing to the side.
Yeah, I noticed that, but...
And so they're all connected like disk drives, like the monitors. This is all one system.
Okay.
And so the thing they're pointing into will do the processing. The pattern tells it what to send. And then in the crafting grid, you'll notice at the very bottom, there's a bajillion things that say craft instead of a number. And so you can request however many of a thing you need. And the crafter will send the necessary materials into the machine to be processed. And if there's not enough room, it'll wait and keep sending it forever.
Okay, so to take a step back, so the crafter has the patterns. It tells the press in this case what to do.
No. So the pattern tells the system what to send to the machine.
To send to okay.
Because I, the user, will be like, I need a stack of iron plates. So I tell that to the crafting grid. So whether my wireless one or the one upstairs, I need a stack.
Sure.
It goes, okay, hey, does anybody got a pattern for iron plates? This crafter goes, I got the pattern. And so it's like, okay, what do you need? Okay, you need a stack of iron. It sends it to the crafter. The crafter puts it in the machine.
I guess my question is, so where is that step occurring, the taking from inventory to put into the crafter?
So I've got a wireless crafting grid here in my hand. And there's also the crafting grid up here that is green. So normally you just take things out. Or you would use the crafting bench down the bottom. But if you scroll all the way down,
there's a list of recipes.
Huge pile of things. This is where you ask for what you want.
Okay, I guess what I'm saying is, I have iron over here. I make the plates down here. Is there a physical is there like a series of cables going from your iron to the big distribution center to the crafter that will take the iron from there and put into there?
Yeah, so every one of these data cables connects the entire system. So this right here goes down through the floor to here, which comes over here.
Okay. But these are but it can go either way despite it. Oh, okay.
So it's not the importers, it's the crafter. The crafter is part of this system.
Okay.
So anything connected by cables or touching one another is part of the refined storage system. So that crafting grid up there, every single one of these crafters, every importer, every exporter.
Okay, that's I needed that. That was a need. I needed that touch one another. So
Yeah, they're all
So
data
even though
cables.
even though this crafter is only is touching is this crafter here has the cable going into the back of it,
Uh-huh.
and so all of these are connected through
Through one
being
another and cables and everything. Yeah.
Okay, that was the step that was missing in my understanding.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
Now, what he could be doing, and I'm not sure if he does, but you see those quantum entangle. Oh, he is. Those quantum entangle porters connect to the network as well, but what they're entangle porting is probably very far away from this actual network.
Yeah, so each of these entangled blocks goes somewhere within 1,000 blocks,
Oh, 1,000 blocks. Okay.
but not here. So if you need to go farther, that's
do
these
wireless
right
stuff.
here. These network transmitters.
Yeah, those are pretty cool. I used those a lot last one.
This top one's going somewhere in the overworld. So is this bottom one. I've got some in the Undergarden. So long as you got the network card, they can go anywhere. They basically create an extension of your system somewhere very far away.
Okay.
But they're a bit pricey.
I'll bet they're a lot pricey in this expert. How do I get cave roots? Because I want them to dress up that boarding area. If I just go in there and harvest a cave root, somehow do they grow back? How's that work?
They're vines, so they grow back like vines, and they are bone mealable. So if you've got
So cut the bottom of it?
Yeah, cut the bottom.
Okay. With an axe, apparently. Can do. Oh,
Yeah, you
my
can.
axe will cut the whole thing.
Oh,
Okay,
do you want the
that's much
ones to
better.
place on the wall?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can use the normal drop to do that, or if you need to hit them with shears.
Yep, because apparently I just
Just
did
give it a
something
shot.
fabulous.
One way or another. It'll work out. Let me check. Yeah, so they drop the cave root food when you just break them
Which I've not
normally.
eaten yet. Oh, there's a door there.
I'm pretty sure the cave roots on the wall use a shear.
I went to eat a cave root and I opened your door that goes into your little network area.
My secret door. It's
Found
not
it.
so secret.
So I need shears. These are incredible shears. What did I do to these shears? Oh my god.
Oh, George, one other thing you'll probably want to
I can't
know.
even use these shears.
Yes.
So if you come over,
I have to make new
yeah,
shears.
either into this madness or this slightly less madness over here.
Oh, okay.
So this,
Comparator.
yeah, this one's not set up for it. This one. Why is it ignoring the redstone signal? You're not supposed to be ignoring the redstone signal. Oh, because this one's also worked. This one. Okay, this one is definitely working. So this iron crafter is set to insert the next set after redstone pulse. So this first one is entangled to the output of the machine. Something just came through, sent a pulse. It sends the next recipe, and this entangled block is the input to the process.
Okay.
So it'll send one batch at a time.
Okay. So, like this,
So-
you have it's. Oh, this is your dimensional storage crystal maker. So again, this if you get this running, it'll once you get your dimensional storage crystal or whatever, it'll pulse here, and then
to send the
go
next one.
another through. Okay.
So anything
Makes
that can
sense.
jam needs this sort of setup.
Okay.
Most things can't jam. They take one input, you do a process, it's fine. Takes two inputs, it's fine. You probably should do it for the induction smelter because it can jam.
Oh yeah, I know that. From back when I was trying to process all of my emerald and diamond, and just it shows everything in there at once and then stops. And you get
Is there a
angry.
secret to growing cave root?
Everything, there is a bit of a secret. It likes the dark.
Oh, well, too bad.
Yeah.
Fine, we'll
So
just go
a lot of
peel
stuff
more
can't
from
jam,
you.
but if it does, you probably want that comparator set up to send a ping when it's done. Yeah, and the higher level crafters hold more and are faster. And crafters pointing into nothing are what you use for auto crafting things in a crafting table.
Wait, say that last part again, please.
So the crafters pointing into nothing are used for crafting things that you would do in a crafting table.
Oh, so they're pointing to nothing, so they get to sit there and do their thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think that one down there might have been one of my first ones. I've got a set of 6 up here, 2 of which are netherite, and then 4 of which are iron.
And so the netherite crafter, the crafter itself functions as its own personal crafting table, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's a lot of patterns. Oh, and just so you know, every crafter also costs power.
Yeah.
Per
I
pattern.
kind of want to find your controller wherever it is, just to see how much power this whole thing is using.
I have 27 hours in my bottle.
Almost 35,000 fee per tick.
Sheesh.
That's not a lot. Although I guess that's just the controller network. So yeah, that's pretty sizable. But
Yeah, like that's
that
just
reactor
storage and crafting. That's not even the things that use power to do things.
Yeah, that reactor I just made only makes 14,000 per tick, and it's hefty. So yeah, interesting. All right.
Yeah, I'm just staring at my hyper crusher.
Oh, I thought you were staring into the eyes of the sheep, and it was staring back at you.
That too.
All right, good to know. All right, back home. How do I turn this off? There we go.
I don't like being tiny.
Yeah, the angle's all weird. It's like when you're driving in a car that's either much lower or much higher from the ground than you're used to. And you're either like, how the hell am I going 80? Or, oh my god, I'm going 30. Flying through the air. All right. So, a lot of importers and a lot of exporters. Interesting. Importers go into the system.
Yeah, I don't use a ton of exporters. I use a ton of importers.
Yeah, right now I have an exporter going to my reactor.
Mm-hmm. So do I. So my reactor... Oh, do you know about the crafting upgrade?
I don't understand. Can you... No.
Okay, so in refined storage, there is a crafting upgrade. So I have an exporter pointing into my power reactor. It needs uraninite.
Okay.
This exporter exports uraninite. With the crafting upgrade, if I don't have uraninite in my storage, it will auto-craft it to export it into the reactor.
Like
Pretty
it
useful.
will follow up. It's like, do you need that for like tiered stuff that's going on? Like everything is this. I want this, but it needs this, but it needs this. Do you need that for all those, or like in what particular circumstances do you require that?
So the crafting upgrade is just for when you don't have an infinite stock of the thing you need to put into it. So I don't have infinite uraninite. I've got the things to make it in huge abundance, but I don't have a ton of uraninite, and I don't want to have to make sure that I always make enough to keep my reactor running. And so with the crafting upgrade, it will auto-craft it and send it in. Like whenever the reactor is less than full of uraninite, it'll grab the uranium and sulfur and whatnot that it needs to zap. It'll zap it, and then it'll send it in. Because of this crafting upgrade in the exporter on the right side.
Oh, okay.
So if the system knows how to make what's being exported and it needs to export it and it doesn't have it, it'll make it. Otherwise, the exporter will be like, no uraninite? Not my problem.
So, like, for example, oh wait, this is all importers. So does that really only apply to exporter stuff, like stuff that's going outside of your system?
Yes.
Okay.
And like I said, I have very few things I constantly export to. This exporter, I put a tank in front of it, and it fills it with molten shadow steel. And I take it upstairs. Trying to think if I have any other exporters. Oh, there's... Nope. This guy just powers off this block breaker. So there's a thing over behind this block breaker called a detector. Looks like a little Wi-Fi thingy.
Okay.
That looks in your system, sees how much of a particular thing you've got, and emits redstone if it meets the criteria.
Okay, sounds kind of a little bit like that whole what do you call it? The pressure gauge and the distance and the redstone signal kind of thing going on there.
Exactly, just with items. And so this one, if my shiverstone is more than 256, it emits a redstone signal, turning off the block breaker that's collecting shiverstone. And so if I ever use a ton and I need to restock, it automatically restocks my shiverstone.
Oh yeah, I like this one. It's a neat room.
And I love external storage. Because I have no disk drives. Not a single one. It's all external.
Not even a solid state?
Nope. Who needs it? I needs it. I do have demon storage, so not sure how external that really is. Made of ghosts instead of data.
And next. Oh, I really want to redo this now. That's what happens when you have earlier designs supplanted by a later one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and you don't necessarily need to send the crafter into one machine that gets the work done. You just have to send it into one block that'll eventually get the work done. So, for example, my arcane thingamajig.
Uh-huh.
It got jammed. So when it's functioning properly, it'll send things to each, like it gets crafted into a barrel, and then it sends it off to where it needs to go. But unfortunately, it got borked. Time to unbork it.
Time for murder.
Yeah, it's not murder. It's just picking things up, putting things down.
That's disgusting, but also very impressive.
The automated arcane or enchanting apparatus. It's got its moments. The really disgusting thing is how I'm supplying the source. Because my source farm is in the overworld.
Power of entanglement.
That works. Do you entangle the top part or the core?
The top part is the thing that does the work.
Okay.
And so this is another one that's send it one batch at a time, but sometimes it breaks. Don't know why. I think it might be when it has more than one item that it makes, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, in the overworld, there's a thing that gets the source, an empty source jar. It puts it down, sees that there's one there, sends a redstone thing to the spawner to spawn a bunch of Endermen that are automatically murdered for the Vitalic source link. And then once the jar is full, it breaks it, sends it back, and it gets placed up top there. So yeah,
So
super.
what pulls the results out of this at the end?
Magic.
Science, actually. So the enchanting apparatus is entangled downstairs, and there's an importer on it. Well,
The importer looks for certain things to import?
no, it won't pull it out until it's done. It can't pull it out until it's done.
Oh, okay. It's mine, my precious.
Yeah. Now, the big problem with this one is you need to identify which things go on the outside and which things go into the apparatus. And the thing going into the apparatus has to go last, because it can't go in until there's a valid recipe.
That's why it's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
So is that why you gave it both the high extraction and the high speed increase?
I just like the high speed such that it can get to where it's going. I thought that the slow would be necessary, but it's actually not. I just haven't put the speed module in the one that pulls. The trouble is you need two different ways of pulling from the barrel. because retrieval can't pull from one that has an extraction in it.
Right, you can't push and pull the same thing.
Yes.
So if this is pulling, it's because this is closer. So this because it's right off the barrel happens first because it has priority, and once that's all done, with all this stuff that's filled up, then it goes for this, spiders further along the network finds this, which is 2 away, which is specific, and that's why it works like it does, right?
No. It won't accept an item until the other 4 are placed.
Oh, so
but if you try to put them in one by one and try to put the middle one in first, it'll lock and it won't continue. And so by having it stay in the barrel, everything else goes, and then it gets retrieved once it can go into the apparatus. And so there are certain things that would try to push. Like if you tried to use just the extraction somehow, it would get confused and it would try to extract things and it couldn't, and just. But as the 4 or 8 go in, once they're in, then it can retrieve.
Wild stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going home.
Good plan. It's just madness here.
I just discovered that I had never emptied out the chests from my Atum pyramid.
Huh, there's a mummy up here. How'd a mummy get inside of your base?
That probably spawned here. I'm not super diligent with the light levels.
Yeah, I think it spawned on top of your arc furnace.
Yeah, seems reasonable.
Hilarious.
Well, I think I've finished auto-crafting 3 of the things in the past 2.5 hours.
Cool.
Still have an entire barrel full of ore that's waiting to be auto-crushed and smelted. And many more to follow, probably.
Okay.
Apparently there's a skeleton horse nearby.
I've got quite a few of those.
Well, I mean, nearby me.
Oh yeah, I beat the water temple last night.
Nice.
Somebody is not happy. He has not had his late night treats yet.
Oh no. Is it you?
Well, well, actually, yes, also, but
yes, that's
very specifically.
Now that you mention it, yes, I could go for one of those.
Nah, it's because Mrs. Frog normally is the one that hooks him up. And like I said, she's out of town, so instead of B, there are 2 dusty mumbies that I left behind.
Huh.
Wild.
So sad.
I will never, ever see them. Like, they might as well just not exist, because I'm going to forget they're in the network. All right, can we figure out how to get back upstairs? Hey. Yes, we can.
What needs all these otherworld slates?
Probably for the slates that they use for making all the circuits.
Yeah, the circuits are built off of reinforced slates.
That was cute, wasn't I? Where the heck did I put the frickin' warp plate?
Too clever by half.
There we go. There's even a sign for it.
Wait a minute. This makes me think my blood is being funny.
Haha, blood.
How did you get so clever, blood?
All right, I have 6 Forgotten Guardians in a bottle. I have 6 cats in a bottle. 5 rattlesnakes, 5 camels, 4 parrots, 3 kangaroos, 3 Komodo dragons, 2
Totally
foxes,
fine.
2 crocodiles, 2 moose, 2
Making
turtles,
way too many of these.
2 ocelots, very fun, 2 sheep, 2 Arctic wolves, and a chicken.
That's the longest joke I ever heard.
10 crows. Missed that part.
All right.
Oh, it's the quickest way.
Importer's got stack upgrades, so we should be able... You know what? Don't time in a bottle.
Zombie
Last
penguin just left to
time,
go back to the nether.
last time we did that, we screwed everything up.
He has to report back to his people.
Yes.
Guys, never believe it. Go home, Gorm. You're drunk. I'm telling you, the whole place wasn't on fire. Whatever. There was liquid water. What's water?
It's like lava. Slippery. Cold.
It's like the opposite of lava.
Well, I'm at that point. It's just like when I'm at work. I'm like, man, there's a half hour left. Do we really start anything?
No, but we finish it.
Not sure we do that either.
Not enough source nearby. How does that happen? Oh, it's 30% full, so it's not empty enough to be sent to be filled.
Are you gonna have to change your lower bound?
I might. There we go. It's weird that it had done so many so well for so long.
What?
I just happened to not be able to do that one.
Oh, you know you want to be up here. You're such a spoiled kitty. Yes.
Who's your spoiled kitty?
No, Mac, it sent the items wrong the first time, and so that means it got the crafter got pinged twice for some reason. But when I just reorganized the items, it continued just fine. So it wasn't the source that locked it up the first time.
You going away? All right. Well, thanks for the quick visit. I'll be up here instead. Well, gentlemen, I think I'm actually gonna take off here.
Okay.
That's fine.
Give the cat his treats and everything.
Sounds good.
Well, it was a pleasure. Optimize your Minecraft experience with all-in-one media hardware and volume widgets. No.
No thanks.
No. All right, gentlemen. I will not be here Thursday.
Okay.
I have a swanky event to go to.
Ooh.
And then I will not be here for the next 2 weeks after that. So I'll see you guys on the 24th. I'll see you on October 24th.
Okay.
Because I'll be traveling next week, and then I guess effectively traveling 2 weeks because I'll be out of town the next week too. So.
Well, bon voyage.
Thank you. Likely I'll be watching you on Tuesday and Thursday next. I just can't play.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I always feel like somebody's watching me.
Yeah, it's true.
Get your epic internet. Have to not be on it for a couple of weeks. Figures. Yep.
Yeah, I know.
It's quite so, Mac.
That's pretty much it. But that's okay. It'll be the last time anything's this long until Christmas. So I'll take it.
Truly the definition of irony.
Mm-hmm. All right, gentlemen. We'll see you later.
See ya.
On that note, before I go, I should probably continue filling my blood. But I might be taking off in a second too, just because Heather needs my help with something. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sounds like Zool is fast asleep, so I'll make it to 11. Probably.
6.2 kilobuckets.
Nice.
Getting there. Actually, I should probably have checked. Well, no, it would be full if it weren't full, so yeah, that makes sense. Whatever, I'll look anyway. Yeah, full.
Yeah, I went to look at mine because I saw it was processing 35 other stone slates. And then I actually get there, and it's processing a full stack. I'm like, oh, that's why it's taken a while.
So it was for the circuits?
Yeah, definitely. It's a lot of circuits.
Let's see.
Well, I suppose instead of staring at this, I can make those 14 Terra Steel, because even if I don't need it for this, it's still zapping things. How much more energized steel could you possibly need? It's been zapping that this whole time. Stored 720, processing 114. Scheduled 833 infused alloy. It's a lot of infused alloy. Let's go give that machine a hand. I think it can run faster. Let's check on its upgrades. Speed and energy are good. If we hit it with the bottle, still good. Hit it a second time. Drifting on down. So we can double its speed, but that's about it. Well, quadruple's not sustainable, Mac. The double we could probably do forever, but the quad it'll eventually drain. I like being sustainable. Oh, the double's even draining it, but probably at a manageable level. I can't do 3x. It does 2, 4, 8, 16. It just doubles the double every time.
If you do it for my diagonal, will I give it to you at the...
That'd be great.
Oh, come on, server. Catch it. Wake up. There we go.
Yeah, just keep an internal metronome, do 2x for half the time, and then hit it with the 4x.
So when do I hit the snare?
The E of 3. The E of 3.
Eat the iPie? What?
I didn't say -1. I said the E of 3. I'm fairly certain that's one time I could not get my jazz band to play on. I could do the all day, but not the E.
Yeah, I can just tell that steel's going to overflow. Alright, next time.
Next time.
Finally hook all this up. What do you use to connect things that are slightly... Actually, I could probably just do this with cables. It's not that far away. Be messy looking. That's how I roll.
Cable management.
Never. Open up immediate rat's nest.
Mm-hmm.
So is it wireless transmitters it is? Network receiver, network transmitter?
Yeah, the network transmitter and network receiver. Transmitter in your main system, receiver in your remote system.
Even it... Right, because it's talking about into the system. Even you can send stuff through the network transmitter.
Yeah, so your main system transmits to your remote system.
Okay. Right.
Although,
okay, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, because it also transmits power. So that's the only reason you need to know which one is which, is because the transmitter also transmits power to your remote system.
Yeah, matter transmitter. Pity machine. I can do this. This is doable.
Yeah, I think the wormhole's the only thing that's annoying about it.
Yeah, it's not. Honestly, I got a couple laying around, so. Yeah, thanks to Epic.
Oh yeah,
or whatever.
actually doing quests.
Yeah, I'm all about that. I'm not gonna do this. Oh, it's a quest. Oh, I'm all over it. What was I just thinking about? I only got two extras right now, but yeah, again, it's not the hardest
10
thing.
more stacks for that one. At least... Is that 15 more stacks for that other one? Man. Not expecting it to be this messy. Probably should have just checked the recipes before committing to all of it. Because I knew I had all the materials. It's just a question of what does it take to process them. Turns out it was a lot.
Alright, so next time, gotta connect that. And I'm going to set up all my industry back over here. All of it.
Just all of it.
Yeah. Am I gonna need to upgrade these cables? Maybe at some point. Alright, I clear myself out, Ski.
Okay.
Hope you have a pleasant evening. And so do you have a different just like you have a different press for each press type, you know, like wires or flats or what have you? Do you have a different infuser for each infusion type as well?
No, just the one.
Okay. And you guys have it request exactly what it needs?
Yeah, because it'll request the infusion part and the to be infused part. I don't think I've ever had it jam because it won't accept anything but redstone until the redstone is depleted.
Okay. Well, that makes sense, actually. And if you're always putting in what you need, it'll always do the right thing. Okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right, on that note, peace out. Have a great night, and I'll catch you on Thursday.
See you Thursday. Okay, let's turn off his stream view. Turn off his stream monitor. And we're back to this. 20 stacks of lovely, lovely alloy. Which should be about 20 minutes, which means it'll probably finish at about 11. Well, that's the last thing we need for the turbine casings. Still cracking and smelting and smashing things for this. Too darn much coal coke. Hopefully there's no server reset tonight. Because all this should be done by midnight. But I don't know. There's just so much. So I'm trying to think if there was anything else interesting that happened archipelago-wise. Because you do start in Stardew with your basic tools, and then you get progressive upgrades from unlocks. When you purchase the upgrades from Clint, you get other things. But it tells you what you're going to get. So you don't have to buy things blindly, which I think is really nice. A lot of the checks are blind. You got to go into it and do it. But when you got to lay out cash or couple hundred wood and stone, they tell you. Although, they don't tell you what the backpack will get you. So that's a 2 grand and 10 grand, I think. For the backpack upgrades that get you things that aren't necessarily backpacks, you have to spend the 300 wood for the bridge on the beach, and you don't know what you're going to get. I think those are the most expensive. Oh, the vault. So the vault in the community center, where you spend 1 grand, 5 grand, 10 grand, and 25 grand. It tells you what you get for doing the whole bundle, but it doesn't tell you what you're going to get for each of the well, so the whole room. Like, it tells you what you're going to get for the whole room, but it doesn't tell you for a particular bundle what it'll give you. And so that could be problematic in the modes that aren't complete the community center, because you won't know what, if anything, you need to do in the community center, because they're all locations. Master Angler, without season randomizer, is just catch a bunch of fish. You just unlock the rods and you go. Get to the bottom of the mines without elevator randomizer is just push. Perfection, you got to do all of it. I'm trying to think what the other modes are. I don't think there's a Dorito hunt mode. I don't think there's a mode where you just find random pointless items. But the door randomizer is really weird and cool, because you can get to Ginger Island immediately. Or never. Like, you just don't know. It does make you just stop and think about just how many doors there are in that game that you don't even think of as doors. Like the passageway to the witch's hut. The teleporter out of the witch's hut. The doorway into the basement of Robin's house/shop. Caroline's tea room. The 3 doors of the sewers. Oh, and the statue holding the golden scythe is a check. That one was neat. And if you already have your golden scythe, he's not holding it. But he's still a check. The boulder being removed, where you get the pan, is an event that you have to unlock, but the pan is not randomized. You were guaranteed the pan, I think. We'll have to do a little more science to make sure it wasn't just random chance that she got the pan, but I think that one is completely just, it is a thing, you get the pan. Like, that is unlocking the pan. But some of the weird ones, like the kill 10 slimes to get into the Adventurers Guild, randomized. So I still can't get into the Adventurers Guild. And so I can't do any of the checks for the monster slaying quests because I can't open the door. I killed the 10 slimes, got like 10 coal. I got something else as the reward. And so my first weapon, which was pretty late by my standards, was the Master Slingshot. And so I was clearing levels and clearing monster slaying quests with stone fired from my slingshot. Took me like 10 stone per floor on average, I think. And so you get better with the slingshot, but there are some enemies that are just... the hitboxes make no sense on the bugs in the 20s in the mine. The rocks just pass right through them. Just don't get it. But occasionally I would hit them. And so I got better at hitting them, but in a purely subconscious way. And so I did that for a while, and then in fairly quick succession, I got upgraded to a wooden club, and then a wooden mallet. And then... I think it was right from the wooden mallet, I got all at once the ossified blade, and then the galaxy sword. Because that's how rando goes. But I still only have a copper pick. Base level axe. Bamboo fishing pole. That one was a big disappointment. Going to the Willy cutscene and getting garbage instead of a fishing rod. It wasn't literal garbage. It was just something not particularly useful. And so eventually, after quite a while, we got the progressive fishing rod. And the first fishing rod is not the one that Willy gives you. It's the one that Willy sells that I've never bought. That you start with the training rod. And I didn't know what it did. And so it turns out that it treats you, the one that we skip, like it's $25. And it basically makes it such that you have level 4 or 5 fishing for the size of the bar and how slowly it goes down. But you can't catch fish of difficulty 50 or higher. And so roughly a third to half of the fish are just uncatchable, like they'll never show up. But if you struggle to catch fish at level 1, you can catch a lot of different fish with it. Yeah, so I typically don't need the iridium rod because I don't use tackle. Typically. But the fiberglass one is well worth it because of the bait. And once you get to level 4, you might as well use the bamboo rod such that you can catch catfish and flounder and stuff like that. But fish sanity is quite entertaining because I enjoy catching all the different fish, and this way you get more than just the fish from catching them. It's pretty nice. Okay, so this still has a ton to do. Let's see if there's things that might be jammed before we think about calling it. This is still working just fine. It's just a little slow. This, empty. Great. This is probably stuck. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So all of that is just a little slow. We're still crushing and smelting ores. We're going to be pyrolyzing for the rest of time. This one's just waiting for the imbuer. This one's still cracking and smelting, and smashing. Cracking and smelting and smashing. Yep. Bit slow. I just want to make sure before I leave y'all that nothing is jammed, such that it won't be that sort of problem. Yeah, and the ability to make the pyrolyzer was unfortunately locked behind the processes we were working on. I'm going to let that one run. I'm going to come over and hit this. And then I'm going to say thanks for being here. I'll be back on Thursday. George will probably be back on Thursday, albeit a little late because it's Thursday. And Frog's going to be gone for quite some time. We'll be back on this grind. We'll see whether or not the great zappening happened and we just have the extra stuff that we were going to lose. Wait, that wasn't the zappening. That was the arcane apparatus. So if we come in here and ask for 8 of these, it's okay. It made the Gaia. It made the 16 Gaia spirit ingots that this needs. So this will be okay. It needs 300 more graphite electrodes. But that will be okay. We didn't actually lose the materials. It was just a bit dumb. So it did eventually give them back. It just needed to free up the crafter to get it back from it. I think that's how it goes. So that's very good news. And yeah, we'll be back on this grind on Thursday. Hopefully most of it will be done and we just make the token and move on to the next. But we also still have to be working on these two, R and Culinary. Before I go to bed, I might go back topside and start the next set of golden leaves. We'll see how that goes. But for now, I'll see you on Thursday. Bye bye.